And a warm welcome to the program. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Our focus is on the South today, but first, our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has requested expedited consideration of amendments to the 2024 Appropriation Act. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, read the letter during plenary today. President Tinubu also forwarded a proposed amendment to the Finance Act seeking to impose a windfall tax on banks and outlining its administration. Meanwhile, Senator Tahir Mungunu has replaced Senator Ali Ndume as the Senate Chief Whip. In a voice vote after the commencement of plenary, the upper chamber took an unanimous decision to effect the change following a letter of complaint read by the President of the Senate from the APC National Headquarters. The Kano State Governor, Abba Yusuf, has approved the appointment of 3 second-class emirs for the newly established emirates of Rano, Gaya and Karaye. This follows the recent enactment of a law creating these emirates. The announcement was made public through a statement issued by the governor's spokesperson, Mr. Sanusi Tofa, which highlighted that the new emirates are designated as second-class, with the Kano Emirate maintaining its status as a first-class emirate. Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court Abuja has dismissed a suit by Mr. Philip Shaibu and others seeking to void Mr. Aswe Ighodalo's nomination as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the Edo governorship election. In a judgment, Justice Omotosho held that the suit, which challenged Mr. Ighodalo's qualification on the grounds that he allegedly forged his voter's card, was statute barred. Justice Omotosho held that the suit, being a pre-election case, was filed outside the 14-day window allowed under Section 285, subsection 9 of the Constitution, and dismissed the case for lacking in merit. Meanwhile, the PDP Edo State Campaign Organization has commended the ruling and called on aggrieved members to put the party's interests first ahead of personal ambitions, noting that only one person can represent the party at the governorship elections in Edo State. Staying at the FCT High Court in Abuja, which has reinstated Mr. Philip Shaibu as the Deputy Governor of Edo State. Delivering judgment, Justice Omotosho declared that Mr. Shaibu's impeachment by the Edo State House of Assembly was illegal, unconstitutional, null and void. The court held that the said impeachment was in gross violation of the provisions of both Sections 188 and 35 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Aside from restoring him to the office as Deputy Governor, the court held that all his salaries, allowances and benefits should be paid to him from April the 8th, when he was illegally impeached, until the expiration of his tenure. The court issued an order of perpetual injunction restraining Governor Godwin Obaseki and the Edo State House of Assembly from stopping Mr. Shaibu from performing his functions as due to his office. He also ordered the Inspector General of Police to immediately restore all his security details. And following the Federal High Court Abuja judgment, the Edo State government has filed a stay of execution. A statement by the Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Mr. Chris Nahirare, says pending the hearing of the appeal, Mr. Omobayo Godwins will continue to serve as the valid Deputy Governor of Edo State. The Edo State House of Assembly is also insisting that Mr. Godwins will continue to serve in this capacity and would be recognized as such until its appeal against the judgment. The Edo State government has called on the people of the state to remain calm and go about their lawful businesses. Still in Edo State, but away from politics, the government says it has laid out programs to mitigate the damage expected to be caused by flash flooding this rainy season. Residents have been reminded of the toll-free numbers to call at all times in case of an emergency. That's 737 and 112. The Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, who visited some flood-prone areas in Benin City, the Edo State capital, reeled out some of the plans to deal with the issues, including dredging of the Poba River.
So Governor Godwin Obaseki sounds out some residents close to this water retention site at the Abuja quarters axis of Benin City, the Edo State capital.
When they didn't fix that road, all the silt or the dirt that is coming out from any vicinity takes the erosion, takes the flood and everything and dumps them here.
The state government is on a mission to explore ways to reduce the expected impact of flash flooding across the state. The next stop is at the Nigerian Army School of Supply and Transport, also in the state capital.
So, what is it?
We're going to be a cross cover. There's a form, the one is there. Yes. For these residents at Ewa Road, the case is now beyond prevention. The rains have already done the damage, aided by the nearby Kuba River. Mr. Obaseki says the next line of action is to dredge the Kuba River.
To solve the immediate problem which we are dealing with today in this catchment area, you'll see that the main artery, the main drain here, which is the Kuba River, has become clogged and definitely has to be dredged and desilted. If we don't do that, we will not be able to solve the problem here and the problem we are going to see when we go to the INEC offices in Buba Slope.
The last stop is at the Independent National Electoral Commission headquarters in the state, a perennial flash flood location. Here, the appeal is to residents to assist government by ensuring environmental-friendly practices.
This is to appeal to all citizens of Edo State to help government to prevent the devastating effects from flooding by helping us not clog our drains and also supporting government in our massive efforts to desilt all our drains. And in cases where the floods have become overwhelming, please call our emergency numbers.
The Edo State government says it's aware of the flash flooding situation, but insists that the action plan to deal with the erosion menace will only be effective if residents play their part.
Meanwhile, in Rivers State, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, is warning of major floods in certain local government areas. Making this known in Port Harcourt during a workshop tagged Downscaling of Flood Early Warning Strategies for Early Action, the director in charge of risk reduction at NEMA canvassed for support from the local government authorities to mitigate the effects of the flood. Our correspondent, Charles Oporum, has this report.
Officials from the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, their counterparts from the state, local government level, security operatives, and other stakeholders gather in this hall in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, for the downscaling of flood early warning strategies for prompt action.
Local government areas should liaise with the National Emergency Management Agency, and of course, the state SEMA, who is the Minister of Special Duties, to identify high grounds. Identification of high grounds will enable early action in the event of the flood and to put in measures that will enable timely evacuation of those communities that were impacted by the flood.
The zonal director of the agency reveals that 13 local government areas have been identified and preparations are underway.
Some high-risk areas and medium-risk areas have been identified. So it affords us the opportunity to concentrate on where we are going to work on as an agency and how we can prepare those local communities for the likely impact of the flood.
For some of the participants, proactive measures are essential.
Yeah, one of the things that NEMA has done is to establish the centers of excellence in the 6 geopolitical zones. That's an idea that we must appreciate, and at that level we are developing people, developing capacities, building and strengthening capacity in disaster risk management.
Well, what I want the public to know is that nobody should take any issue for granted. floods, yes, water from any source, be it rainfall or from any source that can generate a flood, could be dangerous as much as it could be useful for existence. So people should take all precautionary measures to ensure that whatever be the scenario, they are safe.
Obaigbe Mandoni, Degema, and Ahoda East and West are some of the high-risk local government areas in Rivers State. Charles Oporong, Channels Television News.
The hydrocarbon pollution remediation project, HYPREP, will sustain the current momentum in the remediation and restoration of Ogoni land. This assurance is coming from the HYPREP coordinator as he resumes work following his reinstatement by the president on Monday. Our correspondent, Deborah Agbalama, has this report.
Arriving at the HYPREP office premises in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, Professor Nenebarini Zabe is welcomed by a crowd of youth and leaders from various Ogoni organizations. It is his first day back at work after his reinstatement, and the crowd could not hide their excitement.
I want to officially, as youth of Ogoni, thank President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for heeding to our cry and our protests, for returning Professor Nenebarini Zabe as the project coordinator of Ogoni. Hydrocarbon emission projects. We are asking Tinubu that from this moment, that the 4-year tenure of Zabe must run down to politicians should keep off of HYPREP. HYPREP is a social project for Ogoni people. Yes. Our life is involved. Yes. Our health is involved. Yes. This man has done well. Yes, so there is peace in Ogoni for now. I want no distraction.
The HYPREP coordinator is taken aback by this reception and thanks the people for the love, promising not to let them down. Responding to questions from journalists on what's next, Professor Nenebarini Zabe reiterates that the project is dear to his heart and he will continue to put in his best to achieve great milestones in the task of remediation and restoration of Ogoni environment.
Shoreline cleanup, and we have mangrove restoration projects going on concurrently. These have created a lot of jobs for Ogoni youth. Our estimate is over 7,000 youths have direct employment, and we'll continue to build the capacity of the youth to be able to work elsewhere and also provide support to the project. We have pockets of land-related issues in the communities. So in the coming weeks, we're going to train traditional rulers in Ogoni on alternative dispute resolution, because we feel that if we strengthen their capacity in resolving and preventing conflict, there will be more stability in the region. Of course, one of the objectives of HYPREP is to promote peace building.
On Saturday, June 13th, the presidency announced a change in the HYPREP leadership, but soon reversed the decision, citing Professor Zabe's excellent performance during his first year as the administrator, tasked with cleaning Ogoni land after years of oil pollution by international oil companies. Deborah Balama, Channels Television News.
Welcome back. The Cross River State Governor, Mr. Abasi Otu, has inaugurated 7 executive bodies to serve the people and ensure that the dividends of democracy is felt across the board. The inauguration, which costs across the Civil Service Commission, House of Assembly Service Commission, Audit Commission, State Planning Commission, as well as other councils, came with a charge to leave no stone unturned in ensuring that all the wrongs in the Commission and Council will become a thing of the past. The governor reinstated his commitment to serve the people and ensure that a visible change is recorded in the coming days.
May I, on behalf of all of us and all Cross Riverians, congratulate everyone that has been inaugurated today. I want to assure you that you're welcome on board this ship. Yes, we've been able to paddle it for about a year now, and we look to double what we achieved in the first year. You're coming based purely on your performance, based on your trajectory, and of course, experience and your richness of knowledge. We want all of you to bring that on board to make sure that by the end of the second year, we're able to do double of what we have done here in the first year. I want to believe that we can only pilot Assure safely if all of us bond together and come together as a family. But we are also opening a vista of opportunities where people can work and make far more money than even taking employment. So some of our programs are coming out very soon. We are doing land preparation. We are building some structures and putting in place, our incubation centers. So many things, events are coming up which our people can engage themselves until we're able to give the appointment. But I know very well, before we even get there, some people will be tired and say, look, I better face this one, because you see young men that are able to do something and earn 10 times what an appointee is earning.
As part of its Human Capital Development Drive, the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has offered foreign postgraduate scholarship to 200 residents of the region. The 200 beneficiaries received their award letters from the Commission at a pre-departure and award ceremony in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. Presenting the scholarship letters to the successful candidates, the chairman of the NDDC governing board, Mr. Shaibu, asked them to take advantage of the opportunity to acquire technical expertise for the benefit of the region.
It's another time of the year for the Niger Delta Development Commission to unveil beneficiaries of its annual Foreign Postgraduate Scholarship Program. At this pre-departure and award ceremony in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, are 200 beneficiaries of the 2024-2025 batch of the scholarship scheme. The fully funded Foreign Postgraduate Scholarship Program is at the heart of NDDC's Human Capital Development Program for residents of the region, especially for the youths in ICT, engineering, medicine, oil and gas, among other fields of study.
I want to say thank you for going through the process. I know it was quite rigorous for you, but we do believe that this is a new beginning to your life as scholars, as the elite 1% in Africa that are educated.
For those who excel in the chosen field of study, the NDDC Managing Director Samuel Boku says the Commission will soon roll out a special offer to cater for their PhD program. He assures that beneficiaries will not have cause to protest non-payment of tuition and stipends as modalities for funding have been put in place.
I made my commitment to the awardees that were leaving last time. We committed to them that those who graduate with distinction, we are going to work out ways to see how we can also further them to do their PhD. Myself and the board will work out a way of trying to see how we can factor that out, because what we have for now for 2024 is postgraduate, MSc postgraduate scholarship.
The chairman NDDC Governing Board, Shaibu APA, while hailing the transparency in the process leading to the scholarship award, says the interventionist agency demands excellence from the beneficiaries.
We wish you all the very best. We look forward to seeing you again. And we do hope that this time next year when we gather again, we will have more students that graduate with distinction. So we're hoping that we will exceed the 11. You've had the MD. If you achieve that, then there are more opportunities ahead. Once again, all the best, and God bless each and every one.
With excitement, the beneficiaries then received their award letters.
On behalf of my fellow awardees, I want to express our gratitude to the NDDC for giving us this opportunity to pursue our various academic aspirations abroad. I must say we are privileged because most of us wouldn't have gotten this opportunity to go out there and be better in the careers that we've chosen.
Since 2010, The NDDC sponsors an average of 200 scholars for postgraduate studies in institutions across the world every year. The scholars are expected to acquire the requisite knowledge and skills to further the development of the region on their return.
The Nigerian Navy ship Soru has organized its 2024 biannual small arms firing exercise at Elele in a bid to enhance the readiness and operational capability of its officers. The exercise, which began on Monday, runs for 3 days, concluding today, July the 17th. The flag officer commanding the Central Navy Command emphasized the importance of the exercise, urging officers to commit to sharpening their shooting skills. He noted that the expertise developed through this training is crucial for the success of the Nigerian Navy's mission to protect the country.
This event is a testament to our ongoing commitment to excellence, precision, and the unwavering dedication of our personnel. As we commence this important exercise, I want to emphasize the paramount importance of safety. The handling of firearms and live ammunition requires the utmost caution, discipline, and adherence to established protocols. It is imperative that every personnel present today maintains a vigilant focus on safety procedure. Remember, the success of this exercise depends not only on our skills and accuracy, but also on our unwavering commitment to safety. Our goal today is to enhance our proficiency, readiness, and operational capability. The skills we have during this exercise are critical to our mission success and to the protection of our nation. Let us approach this exercise with the seriousness and dedication it demands, knowing that our efforts contribute to the greater good of our nation.
A welcome development and a relief to the Akwa Ibom state government. That's how Pastor Umo Eno has described the Supreme Court ruling granting financial autonomy to local governments in the country. He, however, raised some concerns. One is regarding its smooth implementation and the efficiency of the system going forward. Governor Eno made the observation while fielding questions from Government House correspondents at the Victor Atta International Airport, Uyo.
Supreme Court has made pronouncements. That's the final court of the land. But for us in Akwa Ibom, honestly, I don't see us having any problem. Since I came into office, I have not tampered with any fund of the local government. Their money comes and then it goes to them. They meet at their joint account committee. I am not a member. I don't go there. The only challenge that I envisage now, and we need to sit down and find a way around it. How will the local government workers be paid promptly? How will the primary school teachers be paid promptly? How do we clear the arrears of backlog that we had because of this kind of thing in the past? In the last 1 year, I've been spending money clearing all these backlogs, arrears of leave, arrears of salaries. Some local governments will not even be able to pay salaries. A local government like Uyo, take for example, everybody lives here. All of us have come to Uyo. Our wives work here. Teachers are here. They get the same allocation. How do they pay? So I pray that we can find a way around this, because that's the only worry. And you know, these local government people, the people living in this local government, they don't understand this, all of these things we are saying. It will always be that governor has not paid. For me, to be honest with you, it's a welcome development, because I know how much we as a state support the local government. Our rights agenda is also centered around developing our local government areas.
That's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akinlami.